Joseph Parker has absolutely earned his right to call his shots at the king of the division. The king of the division is Alexander Usyk, and he deserves his right to have a shot at him based on meritocracy and the work that he's put in.
Adam Catterall and Gareth A. Davies didn't hold back in their discussion, making it clear that Joseph Parker has every right to call his shot at the king of the division. While Alexander Usyk sits at the top, Parker's recent performances have solidified his claim for a title fight. In a sport that thrives on meritocracy, how can anyone deny Parker his rightful opportunity? However, boxing politics often favor financial draws over deserving fighters. But should that be the case here? Parker has done everything required to earn his place. As Catterall pointed out, his recent work cannot be ignored, and Davies agreed. Usyk versus Parker isn't just possible, it's a fight that needs to happen. The question is whether boxing's power players will allow it or force Parker to wait yet again. But Parker has drawn a line in the sand.
Did Derek Chisora just call you out? Something happened with Chisora.
He's going to bring us some Five Guys.
Okay.
We deserve a few burgers.
Yeah. What do you want to do next? Who do you want?
We will fight anyone. I will fight anyone.
We want the title. He deserves it. He's earned it here. Look, he said no to no one.
Yeah.
He took the biggest challenges out there. Now, the only thing left for him to do is fight for the titles. Everything else is a step down. So give him his chance.
He's not here to wait. He's here to take over. After a brutal war in the ring, he's wasting no time setting his sights on the division's biggest names. He's battled giants, taken on every challenge, and now only one thing remains: a world title. Too often, boxing's elite sideline deserving contenders, but Parker refuses to be another forgotten name. He's making it loud and clear. He's ready for war and won't be ignored. Will the champions step up and face him, or will they continue seeking easier fights? Parker isn't here for tune-ups or handouts. He's here to claim what he's earned, and he's not backing down. Adam Catterall and Gareth A. Davies didn't hold back, making it clear that Joseph Parker has every right to call his shot at the king of the division. While Alexander Usyk stands at the top, Parker's recent performances have solidified his claim for a title fight. In a sport built on...
Why should it be Dubois-Usyk? Why don't they step up and let him fight? But listen, I don't pay the money. It's not my... it's if they want that, but I don't like that. I think it's wrong. I think Joe should be given his... He'll get a fight. He'll get...
Meritocracy. How can anyone deny him the opportunity? Yet, boxing politics often favor financial draws over deserving fighters. Should that be the case here? Parker has done everything required to earn his place. As Catterall pointed out, his recent work cannot be ignored, and Davies agreed. Usyk versus Parker isn't just a possibility. It's a fight that needs to happen. The real question is whether boxing's power players will allow it or force Parker to wait yet again. But Parker isn't waiting. He's here to cement his legacy. The division needs to wake up because Parker is coming. Is this the defining moment of his career, or does the road to glory remain filled with obstacles? Meanwhile, Spencer Brown has had enough. He sees the game being played and isn't afraid to call it out. Parker has...
Lee says Usyk. He also says Dubois. I know you're in the conversation of Dubois-Usyk. What do you do with Joe Parker?
There's lots of things there to be done, and we will do them. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's lots of... Sorry, I can't hear it. There's lots of things that we can look at, lots of permutations, and we'll get there at the end of the day with a really good fight for Joe. I mean, he's on the Queensbury team, and we'll make sure we deliver.
Has done everything necessary to earn his shot. Yet certain forces in boxing seem determined to keep him away from the biggest fights. The so-called elites of the division continue avoiding him, finding excuses to sideline a man who has repeatedly proven himself. But why? What are they afraid of? Brown isn't making financial calls, but he's not blind to what's happening. This is boxing politics at its worst, and everyone knows it. Parker has fought through the fire, taken down top contenders, yet backroom dealings are keeping him from the opportunity he's earned. The real question is whether the sport will finally do the right thing or let corruption dictate who gets a title shot and who gets left behind. Parker isn't waiting. He's coming for what's his. Frank Warren isn't just talking, he's setting the stage for something massive. While Brown exposes the politics,
It mentioned that he wants to see Dubois versus Usyk. Look, Eddie Hearn can say what he wants about, oh, Daniel Dubois is the front runner. At the end of the day, if Turkey al-Sheikh is saying that he wants to see Usyk versus Dubois, and it looks ever more likely that's what we're going to get, because Dubois is not going ahead with the Parker fight, and it doesn't look like he's going to give Parker a fight anytime soon.
keeping Parker out, Warren is ensuring Usyk's next fight is a true spectacle. With Queensberry Promotions in his corner, he's confident that a high-stakes battle is inevitable. Meanwhile, the division remains on edge. Timing, strategy, and the right deal will determine everything. But one thing is certain, Usyk won't wait forever. Will the biggest names step up, or will boxing politics once again deny fans the fight they deserve? The reality tells a different story. Daniel Dubois appears to be doing everything possible to sidestep real danger, avoiding a clash with Joseph Parker, despite growing pressure. Meanwhile, Turki al-Sheikh's remarks only fuel speculation that Usyk versus Dubois is inevitable. But let's be honest. Does Dubois truly want that fight? His reluctance to face Parker suggests
all of a sudden, he wants Usyk. I don't believe he really wanted to fight Joseph Parker in the first place. I think when he beat AJ, it was in his mind already that he wanted Usyk. I don't want that banana peel fight. I might fight somebody and lose, and then I don't get the Usyk fight. And pretty much, this is pussy. This is a bitch-made move. I don't give a
otherwise, raising serious doubts about his readiness for a world-class opponent like Usyk. If Dubois keeps stalling, the boxing world will see right through him. Is he genuinely aiming for greatness, or is he just another manufactured contender protected by the system? Time is running out, and his legacy is on the line. Sooner or later, Dubois will have to step up or accept the brutal truth. He's not built for the elite. Dubois has finally exposed his true intentions. He was never serious about fighting Parker. The moment he barely scraped past Anthony Joshua, his focus shifted entirely to Usyk, bypassing legitimate challenges in pursuit of a massive payday. Parker was always a threat, a high-risk opponent who could derail Dubois' momentum. So what did Dubois do? He conveniently pulled out. Meanwhile, as the debate around Usyk versus Dubois intensifies, Nick Campbell leaves no doubt. Usyk is the overwhelming favorite.
My pick would always be Usyk. How does he do it? Just in terms of, he'd have to just stick it on him, and that's always the game plan with Usyk, is try and use your size. But Daniel's good at, his body shots were good in the first fight. Usyk really doesn't like body shots. I think we've seen that in through his career. I used to complain when Gassayev was hitting him to the body, started complaining about low blows and stuff. But Daniel's got to do that, and but Usyk's so smart. Is his eye.
While he acknowledges Dubois' raw power, especially with body shots that have troubled Usyk in the past, Campbell believes Usyk's superior ring intelligence will be the deciding factor. Unlike Dubois, Usyk doesn't just fight. He calculates, adapts, and dismantles. The question remains, will Dubois finally prove himself, or will he keep running from the real test? Even if Daniel Dubois comes out aggressive, looking to exploit Oleksandr Usyk's past weaknesses, the Ukrainian master will adjust, turning every attack into an opportunity. Nick Campbell predicts Dubois might have a strong opening, but it won't take long before Usyk breaks him down mentally and physically. As the fight progresses, Dubois will likely gas out, overwhelmed by Usyk's relentless movement and elite-level strategy. This isn't just a question of whether Usyk wins. It's about how quickly he takes full control, leaving Dubois searching for answers he simply doesn't have.
Dubois is a different animal to who he was 18 months ago. I was sparring him about 18 months ago, 2 years ago now, and he's come on leaps and bounds since then. Through fighting Jarrell Miller, through fighting Hrgovic, and obviously the camps for Joe Parker, they'll all be in the bank, and I'll be backing him. I think he could be the favourite going into that fight.
Meanwhile, Johnny Fisher's unwavering belief in Dubois' so-called transformation reeks of wishful thinking. Let's be real. Dubois has been thrown into the deep end, and instead of emerging as a predator, he's barely staying afloat. Fisher points to sparring sessions from 18 months ago, but that's irrelevant when Dubois has repeatedly failed to shine on the big stage. Sure, wins over names like Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgović might look decent on paper, but when it really mattered against elite fighters like Joseph Parker, Dubois was exposed. Fisher's claim that Dubois could be a favorite against Usyk is laughable. The last time they met, Usyk toyed with him before putting him away with ease. Has Dubois truly transformed? Or is this just another overhyped narrative to prop up a fighter who has already shown his limitations? Meanwhile,
I don't necessarily know if Alexander Usyk cares about becoming undisputed again. He's done that. So whereas some might say, oh, well, Daniel Dubois to become undisputed, I don't think that's Alexander Usyk's chase right now. I mean, he mentioned fighting Alex Pereira, who lost on the weekend, an MMA guy. So I think his thing now is just about having fun fights and the fights that make him the most money. When you look at the heavyweight landscape, what fight makes him the most money? It actually probably is Daniel Dubois.
Ado Oladipo has sparked a serious debate about Usyk's future, and it's turning heads. According to Oladipo, Usyk might not even be chasing undisputed titles anymore. He's already done it once. The question now is, what's next for the Ukrainian master? Now, the fire to claim more belts may be fading. Instead of targeting top contenders like Daniel Dubois, Alexander Usyk seems more interested in lucrative, high-profile fights. Ade Oladipo pointed out Usyk's recent mention of fighting Alex Pereira, an MMA fighter who just lost. That's a major hint that Usyk might be shifting his focus away from legacy-building matchups in favor of money fights. With his achievements already solidified, Usyk appears to be playing by his own rules. But what does this mean for Dubois and the heavyweight division?
Right now, Daniel Dubois is the best heavyweight in the world, including Usyk.
Including Usyk?
I genuinely think that Usyk bamboozled him and caused him trouble and everything else. It'll be interesting to see, because Usyk's just spoken recently. He said, I've only got another couple of fights in me. I wonder will one of them be against will he be against Dubois? Now, if Dubois...
Well, he said it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He has said that he will take...
Is Usyk truly done chasing belts, or is there still a chance for him to reign supreme again? Meanwhile, Barry McGuigan's outrageous claim that Dubois is the best heavyweight in the world, even ahead of Usyk, is nothing short of laughable. Sure, Dubois has power, but he lacks the skill and intelligence to deal with Usyk's precision and ring IQ. Let's be real. Usyk made Dubois look like an amateur in their first encounter. Yet now, McGuigan wants to rewrite history? Usyk didn't just win that fight, he dominated, leaving Dubois grasping for excuses, especially after that questionable low blow. Usyk is a technical genius, dismantling opponents no matter how hard they swing. Dubois, on the other hand, is all hype with no substance. Now, with Usyk admitting he only has a couple of fights left, Dubois thinks he has a shot at redemption. Please, if Usyk grants him a rematch, it'll be another one-sided affair. This time, Dubois won't be able to hide behind excuses. It's a mismatch in every sense, and Dubois will be exposed yet again. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.